That voice we have where we want to please people. Years ago, I used to be a full-time carer, and I was speaking to a few other carers. I had no siblings, so it was just me looking after one parent. I was speaking to people who had many siblings, and I was saying, at least it's easier for you. You've got other members of the family to help. And I think in nearly every case, these carers said, Marcus, it's so different to what you think. Caring always comes down mainly to one person. There's no difference to someone like me who had no other support, and them. And in many cases, they were saying, many of their siblings were actually saying, oh, you're not doing enough, you're doing things wrong. Let us know, we can come and help. But they didn't really come and help enough anyway. And most of the time, their people-pleasing voice was switched off. They were looking after themselves. Not being critical there, obviously a lot of people have other responsibilities. It could be employment, it could be they're looking after big families, but it just seems to be the way it is. If you're getting into the carer role, it's often down to you. And I was quite happy being a carer. Much better now I look back. I pleased other people, but I also pleased myself because I had a nice responsibility, in my opinion. And I always look back on that as a good time in my life, even though it was tough. I think because of it, I'm now more inclined to say no if I need to say no. And when I really say yes, I'll come and help, I'll do whatever I really want to. I think I'm probably a happier person because of those experiences. So if you're a carer, or if you've been a carer, and you want to make any comments on how do you cope, how do you make yourself happier, how do you look after yourself, which can be incredibly difficult, again, drop me a line. Even have a chat to you about it if you want. When I was a carer, in many ways it was the hardest time of my life. It was like being in a prison at times. It was also the best time in my life because I did have wonderful neighbours. They were fantastic. Most of them no longer with us. But we always have to look for the good in the bad. And maybe when I was a carer, maybe before that I had been thinking of me. Suddenly that was dragged out of me and I had no choice but to think of somebody else instead. Just in time, one I'll never forget. And I did the right thing by packing in most of my work and becoming a carer back then. Never regret it. Have a great day.